Hello, students, and welcome to this lecture series of GTU Engineering Physics. We are discussing module number 3, ultrasonic and non destructive testing. In this unit, previously we saw about the ultrasonic production techniques and properties of ultrasonic waves, in which we discussed about two ultrasonic generators, namely magnetostriction generator and piezoelectric generator. Now the next topic in this unit is to detection about ultrasound. So here in this unit, in this lecture, today we will discuss the ultrasonic detection techniques, and then after later of this lecture we will discuss about the velocity measurement with the help of acoustic diffraction grating of ultrasound. So the first part of this unit, or this today's lecture, is various techniques which are used to detect whether the given sound wave is ultrasonic wave or not. So out of all these techniques, there are a few important techniques. We will discuss that in detail. So basically there are 5 or 6 detection techniques which are used generally in the engineering physics, but out of them Kunz tube method is the most famous techniques, and it is used to detect the ultrasound waves. Also it is used to detect the Young modulus of the material of the wire which is used in the experiment, and it is also used to detect the velocity of the ultrasound in the given material also. So let us discuss that in detail. uh, in all the ultrasonic detection techniques, how can we identify that the given sound is ultrasound or not? So it is very simple that we have this equation V equal to F lambda for the velocity of sound wave. Now if in this equation, if we get F is greater than 20 kilohertz, then we can say that the given sound is the ultrasound. See, what do you mean by detection? So in the detection technique, you are given a various samples. In the sample, you have to detect whether the sample is fit to your requirement or not. So different types of sound waves are given, and suppose you want to detect that the given sound is ultrasound or not, then what do you what do you do? That you have to find out frequency of that wave, and we know that if that frequency is more than 20,000 hertz or 20 kilohertz, then that sound wave is the ultrasound wave. So ultimately in all the detection techniques, what we need to find is the frequency of ultrasound waves. So here, this is the equation. Now generally the velocity of sound wave in different media is known quantity, or it is constant quantity. Suppose we are taking air as a medium, or water as a medium, or kerosene as a medium, or any other metal like brass, aluminum, copper, the velocity is constant quantity. You can find out with the table that velocity of sound in the sea water is this much, velocity of sound in air, as we know, that it is 330 meter per second. So this is known quantity. So in all these experimental techniques or the detection technique, what we have to find out is the wavelength of ultrasound or ultrasonic waves. So this is known quantity. Once we find out lambda, so with the help of this equation we can find out frequency by this relation F equal to V upon lambda. So in all the technique, you see that there is the calculation of lambda. So we have to find lambda with the help of with the help of different technique with the help of different technique, and by using by using f equal to v by lambda, we can find the frequency, and if that frequency if that frequency is more than 20 kilohertz 20 kilohertz, then we can say that we can say that the given wave is ultrasound. Given wave is ultrasound. So this is how we can detect whether the wave is ultrasound or not. And to determine the wavelength, there are various techniques here which are given here. There is Kunz tube method, thermal detection method, piezoelectric method, even acoustic diffraction grating method is also one of the method to find the velocity of ultrasonic or wavelength of ultrasonic waves. Now see, we learn about the stationary wave. See, second concept is of stationary wave. Stationary waves. So in the stationary wave pattern, suppose we discuss about the stationary wave formed on a string. It is just like this. These are the stationary wave patterns. These are number of loops. These points These points are nodal points. These points are nodal points, and the maximum amplitude points are called antinodal points. Antinodal points. So the difference between any consecutive nodes or any consecutive antinode is equal to lambda by 2. So we know that in the stationary wave pattern, the difference between two nodal points or difference between two antinodal points is equal to lambda by 2. એટલે કે સ્થિત તરંગો જ્યાં રચાય છે, સ્થિત તરંગો જ્યાં રચાય છે, આ મેં એક એક્ઝામ્પલ લીધું છે, તમે 11મા ધોરણમાં સ્થિત તરંગો વિશે ભણી ગયા છો. તો સ્થિત તરંગોમાં પ્રસ્પંદ બિંદુઓ અને નિસ્પંદ બિંદુઓ રચાય. જ્યાં કંપ વિસ્તાર શૂન્ય હોય એને આપણે નિસ્પંદ બિંદુ કહીએ છીએ, અને જ્યાં કંપ વિસ્તાર મહત્તમ હોય એને આપણે પ્રસ્પંદ બિંદુ કહીએ છીએ, અને એ અને એન નોડ અને એન્ટી નોડ વડે દર્શાવી શકાય. તો અનુક્રમે આવતા બે નિસ્પંદ કે અનુક્રમે આવતા બે પ્રસ્પંદ બિંદુ વચ્ચેનું અંતર લેમ્ડા બાય 2 હોય છે, એ તમે જાણો છો. એ અધરવાઇઝ તમે કોઈ પણ બીજી બુકમાંથી પણ જોઈ શકો છો. સો the difference between the distance between two antinode or distance between two nodal points is lambda by 2, and if we measure this distance lambda by 2, then we can find out lambda, and with the help of lambda we can find out frequency and detect that the given wave is ultrasound or not. So here is the Kunz tube method. Let us read this one by one. It is important for 3-mark questions in GTU examination. Ultrasonic waves can be detected with the help of Kunz tube. Now see, this is the Kunz tube technique. What happen here is, this is the Kunz tube. This is the Kunz tube, and here a lycopodium powder or cork is used. Powder cork, this is not cork, this is cork. Cork is used. See, it is the powder with the least density. Now when ultrasonic waves are propagating through this tube, this is the one end of this tube is closed. Here we use a cork, and as we know that as the ultrasonic waves are passing through this region, it produces the compression and rarefaction, and due to compression and rarefaction, the lycopodium powder or cork powder accumulate at the point where compressed region is formed, and we will see the hype at that point. So જ્યારે એક કાચની નળી હોય એમાં લાઇકોપોડિયમ કે કોર્ક પાવડર ભરેલો હોય, એમાંથી જ્યારે અલ્ટ્રાસોનિક તરંગો જે છે એને પસાર કરવામાં આવે ત્યારે ત્યાં સંઘનન રચાય અને વિઘનન રચાય. તો જ્યાં સંઘનન રચાણું છે ત્યાં લાઇકોપોડિયમ પાવડર જે છે એ ભેગો થાય છે જુઓ. એન્ડ આ જે ભેગા થાય એને આપણે આ જે ભેગું થયેલું છે એને આપણે કહીએ છીએ હાઇપ, અથવા તો એને આપણે ગુજરાતીમાં કહીએ છીએ ઢગલી. તો ત્યાં આગળ નાની નાની ઢગલી જે છે એ રચાશે. So we know that where the lycopodium powder accumulates, that is the one compressed region which is equivalent to antinodal point. And then after there is no powder, or the region where there is very less powder, and again there is one region where the powder density increases or we get the hype. So the distance between two consecutive hype is equal to lambda by 2. We know that the distance between two antinodal point is equal to lambda by 2, or you can find that the distance between two empty region is also equal to lambda by 2, as it is the rarefied region. So this is how we can find out lambda by 2, and by lambda by 2 we can find out the frequency. So let us read it once again. At the nodes, the lycopodium powder gathers in the form of heap or hype. The average distance between two adjacent hype is equal to the half of the wavelength of ultrasonic wave. This comes from the theory of stationary wave. તમને એમ કે એવરેજ ડિસ્ટન્સ એટલે બે એડજસન્ટ એટલે બે પાસેના જે ઢગલા મળ્યા એની વચ્ચેનું અંતર એ કેટલું આપે, તરંગ લંબાઈના અડધા મૂલ્ય જેટલું. એ ક્યાંથી આવ્યું છે? સ્થિત તરંગો જે આપણે ભણી ગયા છીએ એના પરથી. So this is how we can calculate lambda, and with the help of this equation, after getting lambda we can find out the frequency of ultrasound. There is one limitation of this method. This method cannot be used if wavelength of ultrasonic wave is very small. So less than few millimeter, because as the wavelength lowers, we cannot gather the ultrasonic waves are not strong enough to gather the lycopodium powder or the powder cork. And if we are using liquid medium, here there is air, so we can use the lycopodium powder. But if the liquid medium is present, suppose we want to find out the velocity of ultrasound wave or frequency of ultrasound wave in liquid, like water or kerosene or oil or any other medium, liquid medium, then instead of lycopodium powder, powder cork is used to detect the position of nodes. But in this method, we have to detect node and antinode respectively. Then after, next is similar to the Kunz tube method, but it is one of the electronic method by which we can detect the ultrasonic waves. So the second method is the thermal detection method of ultrasonic wave. See, I put here all the figures identical, only the detection material will change. There we have to use the hypes, and here we have to use the ohm meter. And the arrangement is known as calendar and Griffiths bridge arrangement. So let us read that. This is the most commonly used method to detection ultrasonic waves. In this method, please remember that a fine platinum wire is used. So this is the platinum wire. Here it is written also. This is the platinum wire. Now see, as we pass the ultrasonic waves through this region, suppose these are the ultrasonic waves, then we know that some region compressed and some region rarefied. આપણે આગળ જોયું હતું કે અલ્ટ્રાસોનિક વેવ એટલે કે ધ્વનિ તરંગો જ્યારે માધ્યમમાંથી પસાર થાય ત્યારે અમુક જગ્યાએ સંઘનન રચાય, પાછું વિઘનન, પાછું સંઘનન, પાછું વિઘનન, એમ જ્યાં સુધી અલ્ટ્રાસોનિક તરંગો પસાર થાય ત્યાં સુધી આવું રચાય. So we get compressed and rarefied region while passing the ultrasonic waves through the medium. Now, in this situation, we have to move the wire, platinum wire, through the medium. At the position of nodes, due to alternative compression and rarefaction, an adiabatic change in temperature takes place, and the resistance of platinum wire changes with respect to temperature, and this can be detected with the help of calendar and Griffiths bridge arrangement. So this here we use the calendar and Griffiths bridge. સી તમે વેસ્ટર્ન બ્રિજ ભણી ગયા છો એના જેવી જ એક બ્રિજ સર્કિટ છે, બટ ઇટ ઇઝ યુઝ ટુ ડિટેક્ટ ધ રેઝિસ્ટન્સ વિથ ધ હેલ્પ ઓફ મટીરિયલ. એટલે અહીંયા ઓમ મીટર લખ્યું છે એટલા માટે કે તમને આ યાદ ન રહે તો કઈ વાંધો નથી. તમે એવું લખી શકો ધીસ કેન બી ડિટેક્ટેડ વિથ ધ હેલ્પ ઓફ ઓમ મીટર. And at the position of the antinode, the temperature remains constant. This will be indicated by the disturbed balance position of the bridge. So, in this situation, if we move this ohm meter from here to here, then here there will be some change in the ohm meter reading. So ohm meter shows the change in resistance in compressed region, and this deflection continues till we move through the compressed region. While we come across to the rarefied region, at that point the ohm meter shows no change in the resistance. So detection, ohm meter reading will be 0. Again we get the detection. So this is how we can calculate the position of nodes and antinodes, and again same, the distance between two nodes or distance between two antinodes is equal to lambda by 2, and then we can calculate the lambda. Then after, there is another method which is known as the sensitive flame method, and in sensitive flame method the same, હવે હું બધું ડિટેલમાં ડિસ્કસ નથી કરતો, અલ્ટ્રાસોનિક વેવ પ્રોપેગેટ કરીએ, we get the compressed and rarefied region, and here we use a sensitive flame which is moved throughout the medium, and as we are moving this flame at the place of compressed region the flames flickers, and at the rarefied region flames remains stationary. એટલે મીણબત્તીની જ્યોત હોય એવી એક જ્યોતને આપણે આમ ફેરવીએ તો જ્યાં આગળ સંઘનન રચાય છે ત્યાં એ જ્યોત જે છે એ થોડી હલશે, એ ફ્લિકરિંગ થયું એમ કહેવાય. પવન આવે ને કેમ જ્યોત હલે એવી રીતે અહીંયા હલશે, અને અહીંયા આગળ એ સ્થિર રહેશે. એટલે અહીંયા સ્થિર હોય, જેવું તમે અહીંયા આવો એટલે ફ્લેમ જે છે એ ફ્લિકર થાય, પાછું ફ્લિકર થાય એ ડિસ્ટન્સ તમે નોટ ડાઉન કરો. સો ધેટ ડિસ્ટન્સ ઇઝ ઇક્વલ ટુ લેમ્ડા બાય 2, અથવા તો જ્યાં સ્ટેશનરી રહેતી હોય એ ડિસ્ટન્સ કરો તો લેમ્ડા બાય 2, અને લેમ્ડા બાય 2 પરથી આપણે પછી પાછું લેમ્ડા જે છે મેળવી અને ફ્રીક્વન્સી મેળવી શકીએ. સો these are the three techniques which are different techniques to detect the ultrasonic waves. Out of them, the Kunz tube method is very famous and popular, and all other methods are used to detect the ultrasonic waves for different frequencies. Now, let us come across the most important topic of today's lecture, which is known as the acoustic acoustic diffraction diffraction method. Acoustic diffraction method. Acoustic diffraction method. Now, mainly this method is used to detect used to detect the velocity, used to not detect exactly, to determine the velocity of ultrasonic waves, the velocity of ultrasonic waves. So this is also known as ultrasonic velocity measurement technique with the help of acoustic diffraction grating. So this is the acoustic diffraction grating method. Now first question is, what is acoustic diffraction grating? Acoustic diffraction grating. What do you mean by this, and what is the application of this technique? So let us write this. Please write with me. When ultrasonic waves, when ultrasonic waves are passed, ultrasonic waves are passed through passed through transparent transparent liquid medium, liquid medium like water or kerosene in a container, in a container. The waves, the waves are, the waves are reflected from the closed end, from the closed end, which are called, which are called echoes, which are called echoes. Now, the direct and reflected, the direct and reflected waves, the direct and reflected waves superposed and form, form stationary wave, stationary wave, which, which causes the change in the, a change in the density of medium, density of medium. In this situation, in this situation, if light is, light is passing through it, passing through, passing through it, light experiences diffraction, diffraction. Hence, the medium, the medium acts as a, acts as a diffraction, diffraction grating, diffraction grating, which is, which is known as, which is known as acoustic, acoustic diffraction, diffraction grating, dif- dif- diffraction grating. So this is the understanding or explanation about the acoustic diffraction grating. What is acoustic diffraction grating is given here. Now see, let me explain this word one by one. First is the acoustic. First word is acoustic. Acoustic is the word which is related to the sound. એટલે કે ધ્વનિને સંબંધિત જે શબ્દ છે એ છે acoustic. So anything which is related to sound is known as the acoustic. Now the second word is very famous, diffraction. Diffracting અથવા તો diffraction, એને આપણે ગુજરાતીમાં કહીએ છીએ વિવર્તન. So the diffraction is also a very famous word which is self explanatory. And the last thing is grating. Grating is a bunch of, a bunch of small slits, slits એટલે કે સ્લીટ નો સમૂહ, એને ગ્રેટિંગ કહેવાય. Now see, let me tell you or let me revise to you about the phenomena of diffraction. વિવર્તનની જે ઘટના છે એ તમે ફરીથી યાદ કરો. So in that diffraction, in the topic of diffraction, you saw that there is a slit of width d. And when the light waves are passing or imposed through that slit, they are diffracted by the slit, and we get the diffraction pattern on the screen, which is placed perpendicularly to the wavelength. So this is how we get the diffraction. But actually in practice, the slit width must be very small. જો સ્લીટની પહોળાઈ જે છે એ ખૂબ નાની હોય તો તમને વધારે ઇન્ટેન્સિટી વાળું ડિફ્રેક્શન મળી શકે. For that we use a grating, એમાં કાચની એક પ્લેટ હોય, એમાં સૂક્ષ્મ કાપાઓ પાડેલા હોય, લગભગ 1 સેન્ટીમીટર કે 1 મીટરમાં 1000 કે 2000 કાપાઓ પાડેલા હોય, અને ગ્રેટિંગ એલિમેન્ટ એવું કહેવાય. તમે એ 11-12માં ભણ્યા નથી એટલે થોડું તમને એ નવું છે તમારા માટે, બટ યુ કેન અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડ બાય ધીસ વે ધેટ અ બંચ ઓફ સ્લીટ, એટલે કે સ્લીટ, કેટલી બધી સ્લીટ એક સાથે નાની નાની પહોળાઈ વાળી રાખી હોય, એને આપણે ગ્રેટિંગ કહીએ છીએ. ગ્રેટિંગ જે છે એ એટલા માટે વાપરી શકાય કેમ કે એનાથી જે ડિફ્રેક્શન મળે, જે વ્યતિકરણ મળે, એ ખૂબ સરસ પ્રમાણમાં મળી શકે છે. So here we create a diffraction grating with the help of sound wave. અહીં આપણે શું કરીએ છીએ, વિવર્તન માટેનું ગ્રેટિંગ જે છે એ ધ્વનિ તરંગો એટલે કે અલ્ટ્રાસોનિક તરંગોની મદદથી મેળવીએ છીએ. એટલા માટે it is known as the acoustic diffraction grating. The diffraction grating which is produced with the help of ultrasonic or sound waves is known as the acoustic diffraction grating. So this is the basic thing about acoustic diffraction grating. Now let us understand what we write here. See, suppose this is a transparent, this is a container, this is a container in which a liquid is formed. Suppose water is filled with in this container. So here we put an ultrasonic generator. Suppose this is the piezoelectric quartz and this is the generator. So this is ultrasonic generator. And here we put a reflector. Here there is a reflector. This is reflector. This is a reflector. Now ultrasonic waves, here remember that here there is no vacuum, it is water is filled here. So one ultrasonic wave is generated and moving in the medium like this. This wave is known as the direct wave. This wave is known as the direct wave. Now this wave is reflected by the reflector and it will move towards the generator. This is known as the reflected wave, and which is known as the echo. It is known as the echo. પડઘો પડ્યો એમ આપણે કહીએ છીએ. Now let us read the line once again. When the ultrasonic waves are passed through transparent liquid medium, so here these are the ultrasonic wave passed through the transparent liquid medium in a container. The waves are reflected from the closed end which are called echoes. So this is the reflector part. The ultrasonic wave moving in this direction are reflected by the wave which is known as the reflected wave, or better to known as echo. The direct and reflected wave superposed and form stationary wave. Now see, what is the stationary wave? Stationary wave. ગુજરાતીમાં આપણે એને કહીએ છીએ સ્થિત તરંગો. So by the definition, two waves with identical frequency or wavelength, amplitude, identical amplitude, and moving in opposite direction, opposite direction when superposed over each other they form stationary wave. સમાન કંપ વિસ્તાર, સમાન તરંગ લંબાઈ ધરાવતા અને પરસ્પર વિરુદ્ધ દિશામાં ગતિ કરતા તરંગોના સંપાતીકરણથી માધ્યમમાં સ્થિત તરંગો રચાય છે. You were learn this in your 11th standard. Let me tell you once again. When two waves which are moving in opposite direction and having same amplitude, same frequency superposed over each other, then they form stationary wave in a medium. So this is the condition which satisfies the formation of stationary wave. So one is direct wave, reflected wave, બંને સરખા જ છે, બેની આવૃત્તિ તરંગ લંબાઈ બધું સરખું છે, એક આમ જાય છે એક આમ જાય છે એટલે they are moving in opposite direction with the same amplitude, so they form the stationary wave. So the superposition of these two wave form this stationary wave. Now what happen, let me tell you. See, now I remove this so that you will see clearly. So I remove all this direction and all this thing. Okay, now see, due to the stationary wave where the node is formed, મેં તમને હમણાં ઉપરે કીધું હતું જે આપણે સંગનન વિગનન રચાય એની જેમ જ, where we get the density increment, there the water molecule, suppose a water hoy, so water molecules come close to each other, we get the compressed region, then we get the rarefied region, again we get the compressed region at the nodal points, again the density is very low, again we get the dense region, so here the density increases, here again the rarefied region, then after once again the region with high density. So this is how we get the density more, density high, density more, density high region due to the formation of stationary waves. So let us read it once again. When ultrasonic waves are passed through transparent liquid medium in a container, so we pass the ultrasonic waves with this generator, the reflected from the closed end, they are reflected from this reflected end which are known as echoes. The direct and reflected wave superposed and form stationary wave, so these are the stationary wave formed here, and this causes the change in the density of medium. So here density increases, decrease, increase, decrease, increase, decrease, increase, decrease, and so on. And this the change in density, the change in this density, this is equivalent, this is to equivalent to the grating. See here, જ્યાં આગળ આ ઓછી ડેન્સિટી છે ત્યાંથી પ્રકાશ સહેલાઈથી પસાર થાય, આ જે છે એ અડચણ જેવું છે એટલે આ સ્લીટ નાની બની, આ પહેલી સ્લીટ, આ બીજી સ્લીટ, આ ત્રીજી સ્લીટ, આ ચોથી સ્લીટ. So this medium, entire medium due to the change in density will act as a grating. And now if we pass light through this medium, it experiences the diffraction. So here I write like this, that in this situation, if light is passing through it, it experiences the diffraction, and hence the medium acts as a diffraction grating, which is known as the acoustic diffraction grating, which is known as the acoustic diffraction grating. Now see, this is suppose the light source, this is let us say a monochromatic bulb, light source, and here we use a collimator which is used to parallel the rays, this is collimator. So the light waves which are in random direction are uh, being parallel while output to the collimator, and then they experiences the diffraction, and with the telescope we can detect the waves. Telescope is used to see the diffraction technique, and here if we put a screen, this is suppose a screen, so on the screen we get this type of diffraction pattern. This is the diffraction pattern, diffraction pattern, and we know this is the central maxima. This is the first minimum, this is the first maximum, this is the second minimum, and so on. મધ્યસ્થ અધિકતમ આ થયું, પછી પ્રથમ ન્યૂનતમ, પ્રથમ અધિકતમ, દ્વિતીય ન્યૂનતમ, દ્વિતીય અધિકતમ, અને આગળ તમને બાકી ડિફ્રેક્શન પેટર્ન મળશે. So this is how the light waves are diffracted and we get the diffraction pattern here. Now suppose the wavelength of light source are having wavelength is equal to lambda, and we know that the distance between two consecutive node or antinode, this is lambda by, or this distance is lambda by 2. Now this lambda is the lambda of ultrasonic wave, so we write it as lambda u by 2. Here also we have to write lambda u by 2. So lambda u by 2 acts as a slit width. Slit ની પહોળાઈ કેટલી થશે? એક સ્લિટ ની બે આટલું, આ આખું જે છે એ લેમ્બડા છે, તો આટલું કેટલું થશે? લેમ્બડા બાય 2 જેટલું. So this is the technique. Now let us calculate the wavelength of ultrasonic waves. For the diffraction pattern, for the diffraction pattern obtained on the screen, if theta is the angle for nth order minima, then we know that then from the condition of diffraction d sin theta is equal to n lambda. Equation number 1. This is the equation which you were learn in your 12th standard wave optics chapter. 12મા ધોરણના તરંગ પ્રકાશ શાસ્ત્રમાં તમે ન્યૂનતમ માટેની શરત ભણતા હતા. એ ન્યૂનતમો માટેની શરત d sin theta equal to n lambda એવું છે. તમને સમજાવી દઉં. Suppose this is the central line, then this is theta 1. Theta is the angle formed by the central line with the first minima. This is first minima. પછી second minima હોય તો આપણે આ angle લેશું. This is theta 2 for second minima, and so on. So d sin theta equal to n lambda is the condition for diffraction. Here please remember that lambda is equal to wavelength of light, wavelength of monochromatic light. જે અહીંયા છે એની wavelength એને આપણે lambda કીધું છે. and d, આ d જે છે that is the width of slit, which is known as the width of slit, and the width of slit is nothing but the distance between two nodal points or antinodal points. એટલે આ બે વચ્ચેનું અંતર, and that is equal to lambda u by 2, where lambda u is the wavelength of ultrasound which are passing through this liquid medium. So let us substitute that value here. Therefore, D is equal to lambda u by 2 into sine theta equal to n lambda. Please remember that this lambda is wavelength of light and this lambda is wavelength of ultrasonic waves which are propagating in the liquid medium. Therefore, lambda u is equal to 2n lambda divided by sine theta. Say equation number 2. Equation number 2. So if we measure the theta for the nth order diffraction, suppose in this if we measure theta 1, તો એના માટે શું લખવાનું અહીંયા n જે છે એને 1 લેવાનું ને એનો theta 1 જે છે અહીંયા માપી દેવાનો. લેમ્બડા તો તમને ખબર હોય કઈ તરંગ લંબાઈનો પ્રકાશ તમે પસાર કર્યો છે તો તમને ખબર જ હોય. So you have lambda, you measure theta, and with the help of lambda and theta you can find out lambda u. So this is how we can calculate the lambda by knowing lambda, and with the help of practical we have to measuring theta we can get the wavelength lambda u of ultrasound, and we know the frequency of ultrasonic generator. અલ્ટ્રાસોનિક જનરેટરે કઈ ફ્રીક્વન્સીનું વેવ જનરેટ કર્યું તો ખબર જ હોય. And therefore with the help of v equal to f lambda, so here is lambda u, so we get the velocity lambda u. With the help of v equal to f lambda, we measure the velocity of ultrasound in the given liquid medium. So this is the entire velocity measurement method which is explained here. So all you have to measure is the velocity of ultrasound waves in a given medium. To measure the velocity, frequency is known, so we have to measure lambda u, and lambda u is measured with the help of the diffraction formula. As we know that the when ultrasonic wave is propagating through liquid medium, they form diffraction grating, and with the help of diffraction formula we can get the lambda u by using this equation number 2 which is shown here. Now let me revise entire diffraction grating technique which is given in our engineering physics book. So there is one topic 3.4.5 which is acoustic diffraction method to detect the ultrasonic waves. This method is generally used for the determination of velocity of ultrasonic waves with the help of acoustic diffraction grating method. So they asked in exam like this, that with the help of acoustic diffraction grating method, how can one determine the velocity of ultrasonic waves? Or they asked like this in GTU, that explain the ultrasonic determination of ultrasonic velocity technique by help of acoustic diffraction grating. So this is the principle which is the basic principle of diffraction, when the ultrasonic waves are passed through transparent liquid medium in a container, the waves reflected from the closed end of the tube, which are known as the echoes. The direct and reflected wave superimpose to form stationary wave pattern inside the tube as shown in the figure below. This is the figure related to the acoustic diffraction grating. And this is important. The density of liquid would be maximum at nodal and minimum at the antinodal point, and this this acts as a diffraction grating. Diffraction grating. Diffraction grating. And as it is a bunch of so many slits, when the light waves are passing through such grating, they experiences the diffraction, which is known as the acoustic diffraction. This is the experimental arrangement which is used in the grating technique. So this is a light source, as we discussed this in our lecture earlier. So I am not discussing entire technique. This is the node and these are the antinode, and we get the diffraction pattern like this, in which there is central maxima in middle and maxima and minima on the both side of the central maxima. So this is the arrangement, and writing about the arrangement you will read it later on. And this is the uh, small theory which involves in this topic. The diffraction pattern consists of central maxima with principal maxima on different order of other side. This we know that if theta is the angle of diffraction, then for nth order principal maxima d sine theta equal to n lambda, where lambda is the wavelength of monochromatic light and d is known as grating element. And what is grating element? It is the distance between two adjacent nodal points, which is equal to lambda u by 2, where lambda u is the wavelength of ultrasonic waves. And if we substitute this lambda u here, we get the equation for lambda u, and with the help of v equal to f lambda u, we can get the velocity of ultrasonic wave in a given liquid medium. So this is how the using this method, wavelength and hence the velocity of ultrasonic wave through liquid and gases at various temperature can be determined. Therefore, it is known as the velocity determination technique. So this is the end of velocity and detection technique of ultrasonic waves. So let me revise till this. We were discuss this topic. First we understand the ultrasonic waves. In ultrasonic wave, first we learn about the properties of ultrasonic waves. Then we don't know how to produce ultrasonic waves, so in that there are production techniques. In this production technique, we get two generator, magnetostriction and piezoelectric generator. And after producing the ultrasonic wave, there is one major problem, that how can we detect the ultrasonic waves. So there is the detection technique, detection of ultrasound waves. And in this we discuss about the acoustic grating technique, acoustic grating technique. So this is the second major part of this unit. And now the last part of ultrasound is the applications of ultrasonic waves, and that application part we will discuss in our next lecture. Thank you very much.